August 1945. The people of London look up as a lone aircraft crosses the morning sky. There are no air raid siren, no warning, no time to run. A small object falls through the clouds. For one brief second, the entire city falls silent. Then, a flash brighter than the sun tears across the horizon. A fireball erupts over the heart of London. Millions of windows shatter in an instant. Buildings collapse like they're made of paper. The blast races through the street faster than the speed of sound. Within seconds, one of the greatest cities on earth is reduced to a burning wasteland. And the flag flying over Europe is not that of the Allies. It's the swastika. This never happened, but it came far closer than most people realize. Because before America built the atomic bomb, Nazi Germany was racing to build one too. What if Adolf Hitler had built the atomic bomb before the United States? Would World War II have ended with a Nazi victory? Tonight, we're stepping into one of history's darkest alternate timelines. A timeline where the race for the most destructive weapon in human history ends very differently. But first, we need to understand one shocking truth. Many people believe only America was trying to build the atomic bomb. That isn't true. During the 1930s, Germany possessed some of the greatest physicists on Earth. Scientists like Werner Heisenberg were already studying nuclear fission only months after its discovery. When uranium atoms split, they released an unimaginable amount of energy. Scientists immediately realized this wasn't just another scientific breakthrough. It could become the most powerful weapon humanity had ever created. The United States recognized the danger. After Albert Einstein warned President Franklin Roosevelt that Nazi Germany might be working on such a weapon, America launched the Manhattan Project. It became one of the largest and most secret scientific operations in history. More than 130,000 people worked in complete secrecy. Entire cities were built from nothing. Billions of dollars were poured into a single goal: build the bomb before Germany. But here's something many people don't know. Germany actually started its own nuclear program first. So why didn't Hitler get there first? Because history was shaped by a series of critical mistakes. Many brilliant Jewish scientists led Nazi persecution, taking their knowledge to Britain and America. Germany struggled with shortages of uranium, heavy water, industrial resources, and constant Allied bombing. Hitler also believed the war would end quickly. He prioritized rockets, tanks, submarines, and jet aircraft instead of investing everything into nuclear research. In reality, historians generally agree Germany never came close to producing a working atomic bomb. But what if just one decision had changed? Imagine it's 1940. Hitler listens to his scientists. Instead of cutting funding, he declares the atomic bomb Germany's highest priority. Factories across occupied Europe are redirected toward uranium enrichment. Every available scientist is ordered into the project. Resources flow without limit. Heavy water production survives Allied sabotage. Bombing raids fail to cripple key facilities. The impossible slowly becomes possible. Year after year, the project accelerates. While the Allies believe Germany is falling behind, deep beneath heavily guarded laboratories, history is being rewritten. By late 1944, the unimaginable happens. Nazi Germany detonates the world's first successful atomic bomb. For a brief moment, no one outside the project even understands what has happened. Then, Hitler makes a decision that changes civilization forever. He doesn't wait. He doesn't negotiate. He orders the weapon to be used. Perhaps against London, perhaps against a massive Soviet military concentration, or perhaps as a terrifying demonstration meant to force surrender. Within seconds, an entire city disappears beneath a blinding flash. A fireball, hotter than the surface of the sun, rises into the sky. Buildings evaporate. Steel melts. Shockwaves flatten everything for kilometers. Hundreds of thousands are killed almost instantly. The survivors face burns, radiation sickness, and a nightmare no one has ever witnessed before. The world freezes. Military leaders stare in disbelief. Governments scramble to understand what has happened. The age of nuclear warfare has begun, and it has begun under Adolf Hitler. The psychological impact alone would be overwhelming. Would Britain continue fighting? Could Stalin risk another offensive, knowing entire armies could vanish in a single explosion? Would smaller nations surrender immediately out of fear? No one knows. Some historians believe the Allies would still refuse to surrender. Others argue the balance of power might shift dramatically, at least for a time. Meanwhile, America races desperately to finish its own bomb. The Manhattan Project continues around the clock. Scientists work without sleep. Factories never stop, because now the goal isn't preventing a German bomb, it's catching up before another city is destroyed. A terrifying nuclear arms race begins years earlier than in our own history. One bomb becomes two. Two become 10. Soon every major power is racing toward unimaginable destruction. Europe could become a continent ruled through nuclear terror. Resistance movements face impossible odds. Cities live under the constant threat of annihilation. The Cold War, if it even exists, begins not after victory, but during World War II itself. Fortunately, this timeline never happened. Germany's nuclear program remained fragmented. Critical resources ran short. Many of its greatest scientists had already escaped. The Manhattan Project succeeded first. In July 1945, the United States conducted the Trinity test, proving the atomic bomb worked. Weeks later, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, helping bring World War II to an end. The world entered the nuclear age, but not under Nazi control. Few events unfolded differently. The 20th century, and perhaps humanity itself, could have taken a far darker path. The world we live in today exists because that race ended the way it did, and perhaps history has never been closer to disaster than we realize.